Johnny Pink. I'm going to start this one a little bit differently. I'm going to talk about the M50 and the Laowa, and I'm going to show you some photos. I absolutely love this setup for macro photography, but I want to address two things that came up in comments, which made me. I haven't used this particular lighting in a long time. This is Rembrandt lighting, and in one video I was using this particular lighting, and someone says, "Why do you look like a creeper in the shadows?" There were a lot of other great questions in there as well that I answered online. But this lighting is called Rembrandt, and the idea behind Rembrandt lighting is you want to have that Rembrandt triangle over here, and it's just kind of lit from the side, and I like it. It's moody. If you look at the way I develop, everybody develops their photos differently. Some people, there's no right or wrong to it, and anybody that tells you that there is a right or wrong to it, they're simply wrong. It's all personal expression. I like my colors dark, vibrant, but I like my blacks and my shadows very dark and my photos moody. That's the way I like them. So that's what this lighting is. It's not that I'm trying to be a creeper in the shadows. It's I like this Rembrandt lighting. Plus I like playing with colors and other things where I've got a lot of color behind me. But in this case, I'm using a quickly set up green screen so that I can change everything behind me. The other thing I've said, and when I reply to people, I love the fact with the internet that we can share across this little tiny blue planet of ours for this limited time that we're all here. We're fortunate in this time and age that we can share. I can see your part of the world. You can see my part of the world. I can see the photos that you think are fantastic, and I get to share my world here around Los Angeles and the hills and the mountains, whether I'm on a bicycle or with a camera, that I think are just mind-blowing. And I get to share it with you guys, and I really, really do like that. It sounds kind of like a tree hugger thing, but it's not. I appreciate it. So for those of you that let me share, thank you, I appreciate it. So I do have to say thank you to James for getting me into this macro photography world. I like portraits are they're boring. Hey man, it's nice to make a couple of extra bucks. Events are kind of fun, but there's a lot of work that goes into it that people that hire you don't see. So they're okay. But I like shooting wildlife. You know, some people are landscape. I like wildlife. To me, that's exciting. And James was into macro, and I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. And then we went out together, and I found that just to be amazing. So along the course of my journey, going from Nikon into Canon, because Nikon, in my opinion, hasn't kept up with technology, but that's just another story. This is the Canon M50. It's an entry-level little crop sensor camera, 1.6 for Canon. Since there's no in-body stabilization, the IBIS that you may have heard about, and the lens that I'm using has no stabilization either. This is the Laowa lens. It's the 100mm macro lens. I love this thing. It's extremely sharp, and I've done another video on why it's so sharp, and that I'll link that up here. The EF version of this, the only version they make right now as far as I know, it has active aperture blades. So when you push your shutter button, the aperture blades open it up, and you can actually see what you're focusing on. And with mirrorless, it allows you to get that focus peaking. I have mine set to red, one of my favorite colors, along with pink and the bright fuchsia of those flowers. Man, that's beautiful. But anyway, I easily get distracted. Squirrel. So this Laowa lens is just my absolute favorite. I've got a diffuser on the front that really diffuses the light. Right now I've got this little thing on here too, this thing right here, and this directs the light through. I like this. Is it the best? Well, I don't know that there is a best. It's something that's best for you. And the flash that I'm using on here is my Godox, and I'll put a link to that one up here too. No, I'm not sponsored by any of these, and no, I'm not promoting them. I just think they're fantastic products that work for me. Everybody, when they watch a YouTube video, they're looking for something that's going to instantly work for everything you do. Nothing instantly works for everything you do. It takes practice, a lot of trial and error, and having fun with it. Yeah, it's just, that's what it is, man. It's about having fun, and you just have to go out and do it and do it and do it and do it. And the more you do something, the better you get at it. So with this, when I'm shooting video, I'm really watching my focus peaking, and I'm not even breathing. It's so funny. You know, you're done with it and you get up and you get lightheaded because you were there for so long. But I'm holding it really, really steady. Now, I do, in post, when I'm editing my videos, I do use the stabilization in there to really make it smooth out. I don't keep it in focus all the time, I just can't. That's where, for me, using a Canon, the 100mm would be better with the R5. But I've found that for macro photography, this has actually become my favorite. I like that 1.6 crop. So that 100mm that I'm shooting at with this becomes 160mm. And because this one goes to 2:1 and you can get right up on top of it, it is what is working for me. And I've gone back and forth between the two. Having shot a lot of different things like flowers, the versatility of this lens without using an extender on this is I can shoot flowers at a distance. Yeah, I'm kind of close, so I have to back up a little bit, or I can shoot birds at a distance and get a great photo. Is it perfect? Is it as good as shooting with a long lens? Not even close. But that's not what this lens was made for. If you're newer to my channel or just newer to photography and looking for some tips and pointers, different lenses do different things. If you're birding, you want to get as much reach as you can possibly get into your camera to get those distant little birds and get them sharp and in focus. The reality is, the farther out you go, you're dealing, even on some of these limited distances, you're dealing with atmosphere. So if you were shooting in the middle of the day in the heat and the harsh light, you're going to get heat rays that you're not going to see with your naked eye, but you will see it in your photos. If you're shooting astrophotography, you're going to see that same atmospheric haze and ripple in your photos. It's there. If you're going to shoot landscapes, if they're distant, you might shoot at 150mm, but you're going to want something more like a 24 or a 50. Street photography, people say 50. One of my friends who shoots a lot of portraits likes 85mm. I preferred 50, and I actually preferred my 24 to 85 Nikon because I had the versatility. It's just a matter of personal preference and what works for you. So I know this one's a little bit different, but I really wanted to share the Rembrandt lighting. I think it's kind of fun. And talk about my Canon M50, an entry-level camera with this inexpensive lens. So altogether, I might have $1,000 into this. Well, if you include the flash, which is almost as expensive as the body, let's say maybe I have $1,200 into this whole setup right here, and it is an amazing little setup. So thank you for letting me share these photos and this video with you. All of this was shot with this. It's all manual focus, and I'm just watching my focus peaking as I'm coming in and out, trying to keep everything in focus and the red lines that I use for focus peaking where it's supposed to be. JonnyPink, man, I want to say thank you for letting me ramble and share with this one, share some photos with you, and to all my friends out there that, you know, we all watch each other's videos, and it's a lot of fun, man. I get to see I get to see those amazing creatures that you guys have and all that beautiful landscape that you have, and I get to share mine with you, and so thank you. I appreciate it. And anybody new, please, man, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, or at least just give it a thumbs up. Hey, and if you think I'm dumb and you want to leave some nasty comments, you're welcome to do that too. I like answering those, and I do them with kindness. And give it a thumbs down if you didn't like it. We'll see you guys on the road. JonnyPink, thanks a lot, man. We'll see you guys.